Dear 10th standard students, today we are going to see the topic refraction through a concave lens. You know about the concave lens. It is a concave lens. Concave lens is thicker at the edges, thinner at the middle. See, at the middle, it has a shape is thin, but that outer edge has a thick. Optical center of the concave lens. Principal axis of concave lens. Now we are going to discuss about when object is placed at a different position in front of the concave lens, how image is formed by the concave lens. In first position, object is placed at infinity. What happens? Image is formed by the concave lens. So object is placed at infinity at one side of the concave lens. Rays coming from the object placed at infinity is a parallel rays. It is one of the rays coming from the object which is parallel to the principal axis, incident on the concave lens. Refraction takes place. After refraction, that refracted ray must be passing through the principal focus of a concave lens. There are two principal focus of a concave lens. It is one of the principal focus F1, another principal focus F2. So one of the principal we used image formed by any thin lenses. One rule is there. When a ray coming from the object which is travel parallel to the principal axis, after refraction, that refracted ray must be passing through the principal focus. But in the case of concave lens, the ray which is travel parallel to the principal axis, after refraction, that refracted ray travels along this direction. But that refracted ray appears to be diverged from a principal focus. Next, another one ray coming from the object is placed at infinity. That ray is parallel rays. That ray travel parallel to the principal axis. Incident on a concave lens, refraction takes place. After refraction, that refracted ray travels along this direction. But this ray appears to be diverged from this point. When these two refracted rays appears to be diverged from this point at a point on the principal axis, image will be formed. So initially object is placed one side of the concave lens at infinite distance. After refraction, that refracted rays appears to be diverged at this point on the principal axis. That point is called principal focus. So image is formed at this point on the principal axis, at that point is principal focus. So that image is very small image, or it is also called point size image. So object is placed at infinite distance one side of the concave lens. Image is formed exactly at the principal focus of a concave lens. That image is point size of the image of an object. It is the virtual image and the point size image. Image is obtained in the same side of the object. This is object is placed at infinity, but image is obtained in the same side of the object. It is a point size image or highly diminished image. It is a virtual image. Why it is called virtual image? That image is formed by a concave lens. That all refracted rays appears to be diverged from this point on the principal axis at this point. That's why that image is formed by a concave lens is called virtual image. It is a point size image. Next, we go to see the another one question. Object is placed anywhere on the principal axis at a finite distance. See the concave lens. Optic center of the concave lens. Principal axis of a concave lens. There are two principal focus, F1 and F2. Now, object is placed anywhere on the principal axis at a finite distance in front of a concave lens. We assume object AB is an object. That object is placed little bit behind the principal focus F1. One ray coming from the object travel parallel to the principal axis, incident on a concave lens, refraction takes place. After refraction, see the refracted ray emerges out of the concave lens. This ray appears to be diverged from a principal focus F1. Next one ray coming from the object, incident on a concave lens on the optic center of the concave lens, without producing any deviation, travels along this direction. There are two refracted rays. One of the refracted ray, another refracted ray intersect at this point, image will be formed. A prime, B prime is the image formed by a concave lens when object is placed anywhere on the one side of the concave lens. That image is obtained due to these two refracted rays appears to be intersect at this point. This image is virtual image. But compare the object size and the image size. Size of the image is very small compared to the size of the object, or is also called diminished image. So object is placed at anywhere on the one side of the principal axis of a concave lens. Image is formed in between optic center and the principal focus F1. So that image is virtual image and also erect image. See, the object is direction above the principal axis, image direction also above the principal axis. So image formed by a concave lens in this position is virtual image, erect image, and the size of the image is smaller than that of size of the object. So in this case, magnification produced by a concave lens is smaller value because image is lesser value, object size is greater value, but magnification of a concave lens produced in this case is lesser than 1. So there are two positions. Object is placed in front of a concave lens where this image is formed. In first case, image is formed exactly at the principal focus in the same side of the object. It is a point size image, virtual image. Image is obtained exactly at the principal focus F1. In second case, object is placed at anywhere one side of the concave lens at a finite distance. Image is obtained in between optic center and the principal focus F1. That image is virtual image, erect image, and smaller size of the image compared to the object. Next one, in the same case, concave lens, optic center of the concave lens, see the principal axis, principal focus of a concave lens. There are two principal focus F1 and F2. When object is placed in first position, this is object, O is the object, image is formed in between optic center and the principal focus F1 like this. This is image in first position. Now object distance is decreased. How? The distance between object and lens is decreased, then object distance is decreased. Is the position of the object. Now object distance is decreased because when object is come closer to the concave lens, what happens? Image formed by a concave lens. Image is formed in the same side of the object. See the image formed in the second position. When object is come closer to the concave lens, the distance of the or image distance is decreased. In first case, see the image distance v. In second case, see the image distance v. When object is come closer to the concave lens, image distance also decreased, but image size will be increased. In the first case, see object size, see the image size, but in the second portion of the object, see the image size. So object is come closer to the concave lens, image distance decreased, and also image size will be increased. In the case, in third position, what happens? Object distance decreased, image distance also decreased, but keep it in your mind, image size will be increased. So this is the refraction through a concave lens. So image is formed by either convex lens and the concave lens due to the phenomenon of refraction. Dear students, next we move lens formula. Already we know that mirror equation, you know that spherical mirror. In that spherical mirror, we have equation it is one of the spherical mirror, concave mirror. That concave mirror has an equation, that is a mirror equation 1 divided by f, which is equal to 1 divided by v plus 1 divided by u. There is a simple relation connecting focal length of a spherical mirror, object distance of a spherical mirror, image distance of a spherical mirror. In the same case, lens formula. In that spherical lenses, either convex lens and the concave lens, it is a convex lens and another one lens, concave lens. These two lenses in the spherical in shape. We have an equation, that equation is called lens equation or lens formula. One divided by f, which is equal to 1 divided by v minus 1 divided by u. This is lens formula or lens equation. So f is the focal length of a spherical lenses, either convex lens or concave lens, which is equal to 1 divided by v minus 1 divided by u. U is the object distance. V is the image distance. F is the focal length of a spherical lenses. So, reciprocal of the focal length of a spherical lenses, which is equal to reciprocal of image distance minus reciprocal of object distance. This is the lens formula or lens equation. This lens equation is applicable is both convex lens and also concave lens. Whenever we solving the problem to find out the focal length of a spherical lenses and to find out or to determine the image distance or to determine the object distance, we apply the proper sign convention to this equation, then only we get a proper equation or proper result. Then we are going to see about Cartesian sign convention in the spherical lenses. I assume here convex lens, thin convex lens. Optic center of convex lens. Principal axis of convex lens. There are two principal focus, f1, f2. Now, when object is placed behind the principal focus f1, AB, image is formed in behind the principal focus f2. This is image. AB is an object. A prime, B prime is an image. The distance between optic center and object is called object distance U. The distance between optic center and the image is V. The distance between optic center and the principal focus is called focal length, F. While solving the problem to determine the focal length of a spherical lenses and object distance and image distance, we apply the proper sign convention to this equation, then only we get a proper result. In the Cartesian sign convention, object is placed always left side of the lens, either convex lens or concave lens. Next, in that second one, all distance must be measured from the optic center of the spherical lenses. Any distance is measured is always from the optic center. Then third one, rays coming from the object which is travel parallel to the principal axis, after refraction, that refracted ray must be passing through the principal focus. Another one ray coming from the object which is passing through the optic center without producing any deviation travels along this direction. Both the refracted rays are intersect at this point. Image will be seen. That is called image. A prime, B prime is the image. So, one Cartesian sign convention, any distance is measured along the direction of incident ray, the distance is taken as positive. See, one ray travels along this direction. Whenever we measuring any distance along this direction, that value is taken as positive. For example, image distance V. The distance between image and the optic center, the distance is V. How we measure this image distance? Any distance is measured from the optic center. We measure along this direction. That image distance is taken as positive. That is the Cartesian sign convention. Any measurement or any distance is measured along the direction of incident ray, the distance should be measured is positive. Any distance is measured in opposite to the direction of incident ray. This is the incident ray, but we want to measuring any distance in opposite to the direction of incident ray, the distance is taken as negative. For example, object distance. The distance between optic center and the object is called object distance U. The distance is measured from the optic center along this direction. The direction is opposite to the direction of incident ray. The distance is taken as negative. Next, focal length. That focal length distance is measured from the optic center along this direction, which is opposite to the direction of incident ray. That focal length is taken as negative, but in the case of convex lens, we have two principal focus, f1 and f2. We taken the focal length is always towards right side from the optic center and the principal focus. That's why the focal length is f. In the case of convex lens, focal length is positive. We don't take in opposite direction, but the focal length is the distance is measured from the optic center is along the direction of incident ray. That focal length is taken as positive. This is one few Cartesian sign convention. We apply the lens formula. We get focal length of the spherical lenses, object distance, and the image distance. Then AB is an object which is placed one side of the convex lens. H1 is the height of the object. A prime, B prime is the image formed by a convex lens is other side. The height of the image is H2. Any measurement is measured is above the principal axis which is perpendicular, the distance is taken as positive. Here, height of the object is taken as positive. Why? The distance is measured from the principal axis and also perpendicular to the principal axis and also above the principal axis, the distance is taken as positive. But height of the image H2, which is perpendicular to the principal axis. See the principal axis direction, but image is perpendicular, but below the principal axis, that measurement is taken as negative. So any measurement is measured perpendicular to the principal axis, above the principal axis, that measurement is taken as positive, and below the principal axis, the distance is taken as negative. These are the few Cartesian sign conventions applied to the lens formula to get a proper value of object distance and image distance and focal length of a spherical lenses. Dear students, already we discussed image formed by both the lenses, concave lens and convex lens. Both the concave lens and the convex lens, image is produced by these lenses. Either size of the image is greater than the top size of the object, size of the image is lesser than the top size of the object, size of the image is equal to the top size of the image. In the case of convex lens, size of the image produced by the convex lens is lesser than the top size of the object, equal to the top size of the object, greater than the top size of the object. But image produced by a concave lens, image size is always less than the top size of the object. It can be calculated from this one of the equation. That equation is called magnification of a lens. So magnification of a lens is a property of a lens. How much image size will be increased or decreased by the lenses can be calculated from this equation. That is called magnification of a thin lenses. How we define the magnification of a lens? Magnification of a lens is defined as the ratio height of the image to the height of the object. That magnification of a lenses, either convex lens or concave lens, is represented by the letter small m, which is equal to height of the image. Height of the image is represented by the letter h2 divided by height of the object is represented by the letter h1. So magnification of a lens, either convex lens or concave lens, which is equal to h2 divided by h1. Sometimes it may be represented h prime divided by h. H represents height of the object, h prime represents height of the image. The magnification of a lens can be also defined as m, which is equal to the ratio of image distance to the object distance. So image distance represented by the letter V, object distance represented by the letter U. So magnification of a lens is defined as the ratio of height of the image to the height of the object, which is equivalent to the ratio of image distance to the object distance. In the case of convex lens, convex lens produces image size is lesser value compared to the object, image size is equal to the top size of the object, image size is greater than the top size of the object. Hence, magnification produced by the convex lens is lesser than 1, is equal to 1, greater than 1. But in the case of concave lens, size of the image produced by the concave lens is always less than that of size of the object. Hence, magnification produced by the concave lens is always lesser than 1. So this is the important thing in the case of magnification of a spherical lenses. Whenever we solve the problem to calculate the magnification and height of the image, height of the object, we apply the proper sign convention to this equation, then only we get a proper magnification, or already give the value magnification and height of the image. How to calculate the height of the object? Anyhow, we substitute the proper sign convention to this equation. Here also image distance and object distance, we have substitute the proper sign convention, then only we get a magnification or any unknown data from this equation. Next we move to the another topic, lens-makers formula. Already we know that lens formula. It is already we know that 1 by f which is equal to 1 by v minus 1 divided by u, or it can be rewrite 1 by f which is equal to u minus v divided by uv. It can be rewrite in another way, reciprocal of focal length, but we are going to calculate the focal length of a spherical lens as f which is equal to uv divided by u minus v. So in spherical lenses, we know that lens formula, reciprocal of focal length 1 by f which is equal to reciprocal of image distance minus a reciprocal of object distance. It can be rearranged in different way from the lens formula. But in the case of, for a maker of lens, we require a proper focal length of a lens. We know the radii of curvature of the thin lenses and refractive index of the lens. First I am taking convex lens. It is the optic center of the convex lens. This lens is made up of transparent material, either made up of glass or plastic. This transparent material has a refractive index character. Refractive index. The refractive index of the lens is mu. Any transparent material which has a refractive index mu, where f is the focal length of this lens. We want to decide the focal length or to calculate the focal length. First we design or to proper arrangement of radius of curvature of the convex lens and refractive index of this transparent material, then only we calculating the required focal length of this convex lens. That any maker of lens to need a proper focal length, he knowing the knowledge of refractive index and the radii of curvature of this lens. It is the first radii of curvature of this lens. It is the first curvature as a radius R1. This is the second curvature, radius R2. So we need a proper focal length of this lens, or we design the focal length of this lens, we knowing the concept of refractive index and the radii of curvature of this lens, then only we fix the or we calculate the focal length of this convex lens. So that formula is called lens maker's formula, because that a maker which knowing the concept of radius of curvature R1 and R2 and the refractive index, then only we need a proper focal length of this convex lens. That the entire arrangement is relates the radii of curvature and the focal length and the refractive index, which relates the or which connects the one equation. That equation or formula is called lens maker's formula. 1 by f which is equal to mu minus 1 of 1 divided by R1 minus 1 divided by R2. This is Lenz-Marcus formula. We need a focal length of this lens, but we decide the radius of curvature R1 and another curvature radius R2 and transparent material refractive index. We fix these refractive index and radius of curvature, then only we get a proper focal length of this lens. So this focal length connects the image distance and the object distance. So in a Lenz-Marcus formula connects the refractive index of a transparent material and the radii of curvature of the lens and the focal length of this lens. It is called Lenz-Marcus formula. Then we go to see the power of a lens, either power of a convex lens or power of a concave lens. So first I am taking convex lens. Then concave lens. Convex lens is also called converging lens. Concave lens is also called diverging lens. Convex lens which converges the light rays after refraction, but the concave lens which is diverges the light rays after refraction. Power of a lens is defined as ability of the lens which converges or diverges the light rays when falling on it. It is called power of a lens. You know, convex lens converges the light rays after refraction. That's why it is called converging lens. Concave lens after refraction diverges the light rays. But the power of a lens means ability of these lenses which is converges or diverges of the light rays when falling on these lenses. It is called power of a lens. Numerically, which is equal to reciprocal of its focal length. Convex lens, focal length of a convex lens is taken as positive. Focal length of a concave lens taken as negative. But the power of a lens, you know that ability of the lens which converges the light rays or diverges the light rays when light rays falling on it, which is numerically is equal to reciprocal of its focal length. First we are going to calculate the power of a convex lens. Convex lens. Focal length of the convex lens is positive. Hence, power of a convex lens, which is equal to reciprocal of its focal length, which is equal to 1 divided by f plus, which is equal to 1 divided by f. So, power of a convex lens is positive. Then concave lens. Focal length of a concave lens is negative. Then what happens? Power of a concave lens, P, which is equal to 1 divided by minus f, which is equal to minus 1 divided by f. So, power of a concave lens is negative. Then SI unit of power of a lens. SI unit of power of a lens is diopter. Unit of power. S unit of power of a lens is diopter. P, which is equal to reciprocal of focal length, is measured in diopter. If focal length is expressed in meter, then only the SI unit of power of a lens is expressed in diopter. So focal length is expressed in meter, then power of a lens is expressed in diopter. So in power of a lens is numerically is equal to reciprocal of its focal length, P is equal to 1 by f. This equation is connects the power of a lens and the focal length. If it is focal length of any spherical lens is lesser, then power of a lens is greater value. So these are the important concept in the spherical lenses is called power of a lens. So here also we apply the proper sign convention to this equation, then only we get a proper result to get a power of a lens.